Hey guys, so I wanted to do one quick update on my shelf garden because, as you all know, I gave up on my shelf garden and I've been doing a little bit of container gardening and some propagating, and these are my fruit trees. Um, and I was done with shelf gardening. I was gonna fill it up with the rocks and maybe put some more trees in there, fruit trees. So I just want to show you what's going on. This is neglect, full neglect. Maybe a little water here and there, but I'm definitely not taking care of the shelf. I threw my strawberries over here because they were just getting so big. This guy didn't make it, but they're so big. And the arugula, I've been trying to kill it. I spray it so hard with water, it won't die. And this shelf gets no sun in a day. So I'm thinking it might be from the reflection on the wall, because look it. I am not doing anything for these guys. So you got eggplant that fell out of the packet too much. I have carrots all down the middle here. And on the back row, that is radishes. And at the end here is some radishes and lettuce. These guys are getting beat up because the birds come down to steal the worms, and I really haven't been watering it much, so they're not doing so well. But geez, these guys. And then my tomatoes, my big beefsteaks. So I trimmed up my tomatoes because the sun only reaches like up to here all day, and that's it. So everything else was dying. So I lollipopped them all the way up to the flowers and the fruit. I have a couple of beefsteaks growing. You can see they're kind of big. Look how big this guy is. Boop, boop. Yeah. So all I had were cherry tomatoes that produced. These are 6-month-old plants. I had this cage filled, and I had beefsteaks on this side and cherries on this side. I harvested tons of cherries, but no beefsteaks. They take longer, and now they're finally doing something. I might get 2. Oh, look, there's another one. And there's babies everywhere. We'll see what happens. It's going to freeze next week. So, not freeze, but 30s, low 40s. So I'm pretty sure these guys are not going to make it. But I just wanted to show you my shelf before the winter next week. The winter nights destroy everything. But yeah, we're still moving along. Hopefully those tomatoes will go ahead and ripen for me. If not, I'll have some fried green tomatoes. My little rose tree is suffering over here, but this spot is obviously a perfect spot for this rose tree. It's a double knockout rose tree. The smell of this rose is unbelievable. Look how beautiful. I love this rose tree. I have another one coming on this side. Hello. This is a very, very gorgeous tree. I'm in love with the rose trees. I like to make the little lollipop on top, like Alice in Wonderland. And that one's violet and yellow. He's been having trouble. I don't think he gets enough sun in this spot. I might have to move him. And these are just baby aloes from my aloes out front. I pick the pups and then I grow them myself. The ones out front were about this small when I started them. And these were that small too when I started them. They're growing. It's for my neighbor. I got a couple of bougainvilleas propagating with lots of roots. Here are my marigolds. And just some leftover stuff from my shelf garden that probably won't make it. Oh yeah, this is a lantana. He's not gonna make it. I pulled him out of the ground and tried to save him, but well, maybe. They're hard to kill. So my radishes, I had to spray with neem oil because of buggy bugs, and as you can see, it burnt it a little bit, but that's okay. I think I'm only gonna get the radishes because next week it'll be so cold. It's probably gonna kill it, everything. There's some grass growing from my tortoise, Bermuda grass, and I pulled out my rose tree out front. He's gonna find a new home. I might get rid of him. I might sell him. So this is a single knockout, and that means it only has 5 petals. See, this guy's a couple days old, but There's only 5 petals on this rose. It's a single knockout rose tree. After having him for a while, I realized Las Vegas is a little too hot for the single knockout, because right when they open, as you can see, it's like burned around the outsides and stuff. The sun burns them, and the petals, they don't last very long. So your bloom lasts like a half a day before it looks beat up. And it smells beautiful, but it's just visually not what I'm looking for. So I might get rid of him. So if you're interested, let me know. Bright pink. Got my fly traps out here. They're getting ready for dormancy. It's getting cold, so you can see a lot of black traps. That's what happens. They actually let most of their traps die off and use them as photosynthesis. And then you'll see a bunch of tiny traps in there. See them? The tiny traps come out to feed for the winter because they don't use as much energy. And as you can see, they've eaten a lot. They stock up before the winter and get all their food in there so that they can make it through the winter without eating. So that's why there's so many flies. They just are stocking up. And the black traps are fine. You can cut them off. You can leave them. I leave them. And they'll go to sleep for the winter. And then here's a couple of more babies. Here's my new red dragon. He's a little tiny. And this guy, he was dormant for the summer because I leave mine outside, and the summer was so hot, it made him go to sleep. But like I said, they don't die unless the middle stinks and is mushy. So if the leaves are all gone, that does not mean that your plant is dead. Only if it's moldy and stinky and slimy. And that's my new trumpets. I got some new trumpets, baby trumps. And they're also carnivorous plant. They eat flies and bugs. So they're hanging out over here. And my fig tree is about to go night-night. There's no more figs, I don't believe. Oh, there's a little tiny green one. He's hard. And so I'll be propagating this tree as well. I'm waiting for the cold to take off the leaves. I'm waiting for the last of the figs to ripen. Is this guy ready? No, he's softening though. And my roses over here, they're going to sleep. My peach tree, he's definitely getting ready for the winter. He's losing his leaves, which is okay. I'll trim him down. Now let me take you guys out to the front and show you what's going on. Okay, my little bucket of flowers, they're not doing so well. My beautiful gardening is over for the winter. My front yard. Here we go. So, I chopped my bougainvillea, y'all. Chopped him down. Oh, he still has webbing. I chopped him down because there's no sun over here. So this part of the year, this guy will not see any sun. He probably won't flower. So I cut him down because he was long and leggy and I didn't like that. So I chopped him off and now he's gonna grow nice and bushy. New growth. By next year, he'll be nice and grown tall again. And my lantanas, my violet lantanas. All of these things are dying. There's my jasmine and my giant hibiscus tree. He's losing all his petals. I'm gonna cut him back, wrap him up, put him in the garage. He'll hang out in there for the winter. This guy, my Hawaiian tea. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I saved him from death. He was $3 at Home Depot, dying. Look how gorgeous. Saved him. And he's either going to go in the garage or inside. I'm not sure yet. But he definitely can't survive the winter. And here are my aloes. I need to repot them. I have a couple more hibiscus out here. My roses, as you can see, the hibiscus are dying. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So, I guess they're gonna go in the garage as well. This rose bush was so small when I got it. Tiny, tiny. He's so big now. I'm very proud. And that's pretty much it. I have a hibiscus over here as well. He's not doing so hot. It's because he needs to be in a bigger pot. And then I took out everything over here. I'm going to start over, put something else. This is where my rose tree was, and he wasn't doing well. But yeah, that's my yard, guys. And my neighbor got herself a new magnolia. We'll see what happens, if it survives. All right, I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.